started. Also, I am eating fried chicken right now, so yeah. No, I'm gonna click that one. Hello, how's it going? Pretty good. I got today off from work, so it was a 3-day weekend for me. But yeah, how was your weekend? Also, I am eating fried chicken right now, so if you hear any chewing sounds, I'm sorry. This game is called Mahjong. Specifically Richi Mahjong. It's kind of like a complicated card game. Richi Mahjong is like specifically a Japanese version of this game, but they have like an American version, Chinese versions, all kinds. But yeah. It's definitely not the most exciting game, but I've been playing since I was young. And yes, I love fried chicken, although the objective of the game is to get 3 or 4 sets of 3 tiles, whether it's a sequence or triplets. Quadruplets is also considered technically a triplet, but they're like extra points. And then you have 1 set of 2, and it's just completing a certain sequence to win the game. It's traditionally a gambling game, so these point values would amount to some sort of money. There's different types of tiles, so these ones with the black letter on top and the red letter on the bottom are called in Chinese wan, but in Japanese they're referred to as man. And then there's these sets of circular tiles, and then these lines. These circular ones are like ping in Japanese, I believe, and tong in Chinese. And these are sol in Japanese and tiao in Chinese. Then you have a bunch of different characters that you can get triplets and pairs and stuff with. But it's kind of hard to describe. There's definitely a lot of rules, especially in Richi Mahjong. It's probably one of the harder versions of Mahjong to play, but it's pretty fun. And I play on Mahjong Soul, which is it's like an online version of it, and they kind of like gacha-fied it, so it's Mahjong plus gacha. But I'm mostly here for the Mahjong. Yeah, so I can kind of explain my thought process as I'm going through, just so you actually know what's going on. But so kind of like in poker, how there's like flushes and straights, pairs and stuff, there's also kind of different objectives to get more higher point value hands, similar to poker. where you can get like my hand right now. No, I lost. Okay, so I dealt the card that they needed, and now I have to give them the money. But in Riichi Mahjong, there's things called yaku that you have to obtain in order to win. And a yaku is just like a specific sequence that gives you a point. So right now, the easiest way to obtain a yaku is to not chi or pong, which is basically completing a tile using someone else's tile, like completing one of your sets using someone else's tile. So say they discarded a 3 king, then I could chi it, and that would help me complete a set of 3 here. But that also makes it harder for me to get a yaku, which I need in order to win. Even if I have a winning hand, if I don't have a yaku, I can't. So for this hand specifically, I'm going for all simples, and that's basically a hand where all of the tiles are either this type, or this type, with no letters and no ones or nines of any kind. Yaku is just, it's kind of hard to explain, but it's like, it's a specific objective that you're going for. So a yaku would be like, say, a full, I want to go for a full flush. That's a yaku. Right now, the one I'm going for is all simples. You can get a yaku by just having a special tile that's worth more points. But yeah. It took me a very long time to figure out what a yaku was, because I've never really played Riichi Mahjong before. And learning all the rules was, there's a lot more rules than normal Mahjong that I've played, so it's, but I think the hardest part of Riichi Mahjong is just knowing what the yakus are, and they have cheat sheets online that you can look up to see kind of what kind of tiles and patterns of tiles you can go for to get a yaku.
リーチです。リーチ。チ。
So right now, if I click on this exclamation mark, well, someone else won. I would either need the 2 or the 5 that were shown there. And if anyone discards it, or if I draw that tile myself, then I win. But they, sumo means self-draw in Japanese, I believe, and basically they got the tile that they needed to win without someone discarding it. And there's actually been a lot these past couple of rounds. And Luckily with these tiles, you can see there's like little numbers up on the side. That's the number it is in the sequence order. Like, these are easier to tell, but these are like actually using the Chinese or kanji characters as the numbers, so if you don't recognize them, it's hard to know what they are. This WH stands for like white, and it's like basically just a white tile. I don't know the significance of it. This, not sure how to pronounce it in Japanese, but in Chinese, it's zone, and it means middle. And it's also the character for China. So I can do Peng because they released a 6, but that would also make it more difficult for me to achieve any type of Yaku. So I decided to not take it. Yeah, the objective is basically to complete your set of 4 and pair of 2 before everyone else does. And if you do, again, you get points or money. Oh, another thing to know is that there is 4, sorry, my fried chicken is very spicy. And I hit the back of my throat wrong. I got some water though, so I should be fine. Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, there's 4 sets of every tile, so you can see up here they did a con, and that means they have 4 of those 6 soul tiles, which is very hard to get to have like a full set of 4. So generally getting a set of 4 can help you get bonus points and other stuff like that. If you have a set of 4, you get to draw an extra tile, and the like 4th tile in the set of 4 technically doesn't count as part of your I think there's you need 13 tiles to win, unless you have a con, which lets you have 1 extra one for each tile that you have there. So right now I'm going for all simples again, which means I can't have 1s, 9s, or any of these special characters in my hand to get a Yaku. And this one is generally easier to do than, I would say, some other types of Yaku, because I'm allowed to use other people's tiles to complete my hand.
G.
And right now I'm still 1 away from a 10 pie hand, and 10 pie means that your hand is ready for a win. So you only need one more tile before you win. And sometimes you can go a whole round without anyone winning. But if your hand is in tenpai, then you still get points from the people whose hands aren't in tenpai. Like right now, I did not have a tenpai ready hand. So now I have to pay everyone $1,000 or points, not dollars. Which is unfortunate because that put me in last place, and now my rank is gonna go down. It happens. Sometimes I have really good rounds, sometimes I don't. That one was kind of unlucky. But yeah, I'm trying to move my rank up to Adept Tier 3. I'm at Tier 2 right now. But from what I can see and what I've heard from people, you kind of go up and down a lot when you're in this rank. So, we'll see. Yeah, one of the things I struggle with is having the patience to go for a more difficult hand. And more difficult hands generally have more yaku and other tiles that give more points. And the more points you have in your hand, the higher your overall score is if you win with that hand. But unfortunately I wasn't able to show you a win at all on the last round, so I can't show you what it looks like. But this is a decent starting hand, so maybe I'll win. Thank you. Yeah. Even if I'm the luckiest person in the world, or I have the best strategies in the world, it still does rely on luck a lot of times. Oh, so a Richi is one way to get a Yaku. So when I'm in Richi, that means I can't change any of these tiles around, and I'm stuck with these. And my two winning tiles are the 6 and the 9 of the soul types of tiles. And the game will just automatically play for me because I can't win unless someone discards those tiles or I draw those. And oh, there it is. I got a Sumo, which means I drew it myself and I won. Yay! So a Richi gives you 1 Han, and it also is a Yaku. And then there were some other points there, but I wasn't able to explain them before they went away. So for this hand, I might try to go for a half flush with the soul tiles and all of these words. In general, the color, the red, green, and the white tile that I talked about earlier are all worth 1 point, and they're all worth 1 yaku. These black letter tiles are only worth a yaku if they are a specific one. So the east tile is always a yaku, so this one's always a yaku in the version that I played. Wow. Depending on which seat you're sitting in, say if I was sitting in the south seat, then this tile would be a yaku for me. But I'm not, so this will give me extra points if I can get 3 of them. This will get me extra points if I can get 3 of them, and so will this. But that one won't, so I'm just getting rid of it. So I got 3. Now I can get an extra point. And it's actually, since that counts as a yaku as well, I don't have to worry about getting another yaku. So I can play the game a lot more easily because I don't have to worry about getting a yaku, and I can just, well, okay, that wasn't too bad. So if you deal into someone's hand, which is giving them the winning tile that they need, you have to pay all of the points that their hand is worth. Whereas if it was a where they drew their own tile to win, then everyone has to pay them. But the overall price equivalent is still the same, whether it's, or the overall points that the winning person gets is still the same, whether it's or something that someone else, or winning from someone else's tile. Sorry. Yeah, but I was saying, Mahjong is a pretty popular game in other countries. There's tournaments for it. I know that it's definitely, like I said, a gambling game in a lot of Asian countries. Okay, so right now I might go for what is called like all triplets, and that's where every single set of my three sets of tiles is a triplet, and that is another yaku that you can go for. And I would say it's overall one of the easier ones to remember. Not necessarily one of the easier ones to do. Again, it just depends on your tiles. So right now, it's not ideal because I only have one more pair left in my hand, but hopefully I can draw something and make another pair like that.
リーチです。
So one thing to know about Riichi Mahjong is that
本です。
if you discard a tile, you cannot win from a
No.
tile of the same type. So other people know which tiles that they can discard that won't let you win, and vice versa. So any tile that's discarded in front of you you cannot win on that tile if someone else discards it, if you need to win on it. So there's this thing called Furi 10 where you're basically just like not allowed to win unless you draw the tile yourself. But it makes it adds another level of strategy to the game, which is nice. Okay, so you'll notice that these 5 tiles are red, while this 5, even though it looks the same, is not red. These specific tiles, there's one in each set of 4. So there's one of these and one of these, and then there's like a 5 that's also red of these, and those are worth extra points. So if you have them in your set, then
リーチです。
it's basically like extra points for you. And so I decided to do Riichi and go for a higher point hand. So if I kept that 8 instead, I would be able to win with the 6 and this 9. But I chose to keep the 5 instead of the 8, so I can only win with the 6. But it's higher points overall. Higher points, hopefully it works out and I do win, but there's always the chance that someone else will win before me, and it'll tell me how many of those tiles are left, but I can also tell that there's only 2 left because there's one here and there's one here. And this is another thing specific to Riichi Mahjong, but they have a thing called a Dora. And so the tile here indicates
リーチです。
which tile is like worth bonus points. So since this is a 6, the next tile up in the sequence is a 7. So this is worth an extra point as well if I win. So right now my hand is worth 1,
1です。
2, 3, plus my Riichi, which is basically I put in $1,000 to get a Yaku, and if I win, I get that money back. But if I don't, then that money goes to the winner, basically, I think, or it just goes away. I'm not actually too sure about that. Oh yeah, unfortunately I didn't win, but I also didn't play the winning tile, so I don't lose any points, I don't gain any points, and am still in second place overall, which is my goal because for this game, you get more ranking points. You only get to go up in rank points if you're in the top 2, basically. So, my goal is to basically just be in the top 2. Oh, and how the game ends is, I forgot who started, but one person starts the game, and then we do rounds with every person starting. So if I started, then this would be the last game or round because they're playing. There is a rule that if the person who begins that round wins, they get to repeat their round until someone gets below a certain amount of points. So that's kind of how you tell how many. There's always guaranteed 4 rounds unless someone just loses all of their points and is like either negative or below the threshold of points. But there can be more than 4 rounds in 4 matches in 1 round. I don't actually know if they're called rounds or matches or games, like how the words work, but yeah. 1 full game has at least 4 rounds, usually. Again, so you play my winning tile.
No.
I wrong. Which I think means win, but I'm not actually sure about that translation. So, I think if I'm able to win this round, I might be able to get first place, which would be exciting. But we'll have to see. I don't think I'll be able to do a high point value match. But I might be able to do reaching. We'll see. Thanks. Anyway, Mahjong is one of those games that I wish more people, I guess, knew about. Well, and played, but it's also, I feel like, a game with a pretty high bar for like entry, since you need to know so many rules to play. There are a lot of apps and yay, I won! Woo! Yeah, definitely. It's definitely not the easiest game to learn, and honestly, I'm still learning really how to play. Yay! I won back the points I lost from that terrible last game. And yeah, all of this stuff that's going on is just for the gacha part of this game. I'm gonna do a tournament match now just to change it up a little. And these are... So, I've never actually played a normal tournament, but there's like these two versions of Mahjong with like different rules that are just made up. They won't count towards my ranking points, but I think they're fun, and it's a fun way to change things up. Especially if I'm ever on a losing streak, I go and take a break and play one of these versions. So this version is one where you pick 3 tiles to pass to somebody else. All of the tiles in this version are the same, so we swap tiles with each other. And now all the rules are basically the same other than that. But just the act of swapping 3 tiles can really change someone's I guess overall game. But yeah, it's just a fun little rule to play. Yeah, my winning tile is either the 4 soul or the east tile. And I'm hoping to get the east tile, since that would give me extra points if I got it. But I got the 4, and winning's better than nothing. Woo! Oh, and in this version, after I win, everyone else keeps playing until 3 people have won, or someone loses all of their points. So we get to sit here and watch everyone else chat for a little bit, or keep playing while we just hang out. I totally forgot about that part, honestly, until it didn't happen. And I think this game is specifically to other than just to have a fun rule, it's to give people a chance to get more points, which also lets them earn more money because you have to pay points to play in games if you're a level silver or higher. So if you don't have enough points to play, like, you can't play. But I think it's not often that it gets to that point unless you play a lot and you just lose a lot. Or you're playing in higher level matches where the buy-in value is a lot higher than, say, a silver level, which is what I'm at. Oh, and the music changed because that specific player had a special BGM that they have for when they declare reaching. So it just plays for everyone, I think. Yeah, it's from that gacha part. So I don't know if you've noticed, I have like a cat paw that comes out. And I got that from one of my gacha pulls. But obviously with like any other type of gacha, you can put money into it. That's not really my thing, so I haven't actually put any money into it, but there is ways to get more stuff, I guess, so I'm trying to save up for a 10 pull, but I'm only at maybe 2 right now, so it'll take a while. I was actually really surprised that I got the cat paw because I really wanted it. I didn't think I was ever gonna get it. And yeah, like the different characters are also, these two are the starting standard ones that you can use. So nothing special, but I do have these New Year's tiles, which are like a special gacha pull that I got. Yeah, it's fun. So I'm 1 away from Tenpai again. And for me to get Tenpai, I either need a 3 here, a 7, or an 8. So hopefully I can get one of those. So I could eat it, but then I wouldn't be able to get a Yaku if I do, which is this chi. So I'm gonna skip and try to hope that I draw it myself. No! Oh my god. Oh well. It was a low point win. It's fine. if I got a 1, okay, so a 1 would actually help me now because I got rid of that 2. So I'm okay, there's no 7s left, so I have to go for a 1 or an 8, which is the pair. If I got the 1, I still, at that time, didn't have another set of 3, but it's difficult to explain because the tiles are different now, but now the 1 will let me win. So. But the fact that you knew about the 1 does show that like you're like actually picking up some of the rules of the game, which is pretty impressive because I said a lot of stuff and yeah, there's a lot of things to remember. Yeah, I'm like pretty impressed by you actually figuring that stuff out. Since I've tried to get people to play Mahjong before and they just never got it since there's so many rules. Okay, so I think I might go for all triplets since I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pairs. No! Oh no. I misclicked. That's kind of sad. Oh, yeah, I think... Is it kind of... what's the card game? I feel like I know one. I just don't actually remember the name. Okay, yeah, I have heard of that before. I've never actually played it, or I don't even know the rules, but if it's similar, then yeah. Makes sense. Okay, so I am going for a... It's called... I forgot what it's called, but it's 7 pairs. And this is like one of the special weight Yaku wins. And it's what the name says. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pairs. So I can only win with this tile. And I'm hoping someone will discard it, but we'll see. I would say it's one of the harder Yakus to get since it's really, you have to draw all of these tiles yourself. And then it'll be fun if I actually win. Yay! And you can see there was like a little tag on it that called it a Haneman, which means it's like a very high point value win. And that's just because that's one of the higher point value Yakus. Yeah, I'm happy I was actually able to win with that because a lot of times you just end up waiting. Ooh, that one was a high point one value too. So yeah, you can see I got points for all of this stuff. It's a little hard to explain, but honestly, I didn't really understand all of that point stuff until recently. Still only got second points, or second place, but it was a good win to end on. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to the ranked matches since my ultimate goal is to increase my level. So, as I was explaining earlier, I can see which tiles they've discarded. So if I have a similar tile that I can discard, I can get rid of it, and I know they can't win off of that tile, because then they would be in, what is 310? And yeah, good thing I held on to this, because if I release it, I would be the one giving them all my points. Oh man, and that was a high point value. 24,000. They're almost done. Oh my god. Yeah, so point values can really stack based on like what tiles you have, and theirs is very high. It's probably one of the higher point hands I've seen in a while, actually. I would say based on just what I've seen from playing, like 5,000 is kind of the average, give or take a couple thousand. But yeah, that was a good hand. So the highest point value hands are these ones called Yakuman, and they are, I think, like worth 16 Yaku, which can equate to like 100,000 or something like that. They can get really high. I don't know exactly. I remember how many Yakus there are, but I don't remember what's the equivalent in point values that they get from it. Yeah, I've gotten one Yakuman before. I think I might be able to look up how many points it was. It's like the only time I've ever gotten a Yakuman. It's like my highest valued hand, basically. So we can take a look at it after this. I don't know if it actually shows you how many points I got from it, but yeah. Yakuman, Yaku, or hands are worth like the most points you can possibly get. And then on top of the Yakuman, if you get additional point tiles like this red 5 tile, then it's even more points. So I'm trying to figure out what's the highest point hand you can get. You would literally have to have everything, but yeah, that's interesting.
Beach です。
Okay, 3, 4, and 6. Nice.
ドン
Woo! So this at least guarantee or puts me in second place, which is good. Because I had the same point values as this person, but points are given and like your ranking is given in chronological order. So because they were first place, just because they came after them, they would be second place. Yes, winning is good. Winning means I have a chance of increasing my rank. So I'm going for a half flush on this, and half flush is usually worth 2 points. And a half flush is basically composed of this plus any tiles with words on them. So I can't have this here or any of those. Okay. Whenever it pauses like that, it always scares me because it either means someone else won or unfortunately they won, and that was a high point value hand. 6 Han, Haneman, 1800 or 18,000, which means I got third place. Oh well, I only got minus 3 points. I wasn't this person who got minus 75. And yeah, the game ended it because they had negative point values after that round, even though we weren't able to finish all 4 rounds. So Not great, but not terrible because technically I only lost 3 points overall. Alright, let me, I think, nope. Log. Nope. Okay, so this is a Yakuman, and unfortunately, it doesn't tell me how many points it is. But yeah, these are like called how many points I need for next rank. So I'm at 480 now, and I think I need to be at 800 to jump to the next rank. And if I fall to 0 out of 800, I think I drop to the rank below, which is the tier 1. So I need 320 points, which I think the most I can really get per round is like 50 if I do really well. So it's a lot of games, and I've kind of just been hovering around 400 for the past couple of weeks, so I'm probably not gonna get to the next rank within this stream. Yeah, thanks for sticking around and watching a game that you've never played before. I'm glad you enjoy it. Yeah, there's not really any meaning to increasing my rank other than I'm just at a higher rank. I don't know if it comes with any perks or not. I'm still pretty unfamiliar with Mahjong Soul in general, but it's a goal, and it's a goal I can work towards and kind of have like a tangible thing to go for. I'm glad that my rambling actually makes sense to you. But yeah, I noticed that a lot of people who play Mahjong on Twitch don't speak English, so I mean, it makes sense. Not a lot of these, like, this game isn't really that well known in the Western world, so I'm glad I can show more people it. Yeah, I'm definitely impressed by how fast you're picking up some of this stuff. Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I kind of ramble, so I don't know if people actually understand what I'm saying or not. And like I said, there's a lot of rules, so it can get confusing. So I'm glad it actually does make sense. yeah, if you ever feel like you want to play, you can. Mahjong Soul is free, other than all the gacha stuff that you can go for. And there's so many apps, like phone apps, and I think lots of websites too that can teach you how to play pretty well. You're also free to reach out with any questions that you have. I'm not a pro, but I know the rules somewhat enough to play the game. Yeah, no problem. Again, I'm always super happy when people like or want to know more about Mahjong because it's one of my favorite, I guess, strategy game, gambling game, whatever you want to call it. It's always hard when someone calls Ricci this early on in the game because you don't really know what they're going for, like what tiles they've discarded, so you have to be careful. Right now I'm going for a flush or a half flush. Mostly because they declared Ricci so early. I'm trying to play more defensively than offensively. So I know, like, all of these tiles that I've been getting rid of, although they could have helped me, I knew that since other people discarded them and this person didn't win, I could discard those same tiles and be fine. So yeah, that's kind of just what I was going for. And again, flushes are worth more points, and if it helps me not let someone else win, I thought it was a good compromise. So now this is hard because no one has discarded this, but this is worth more points, so I'd rather get rid of that one. And that was it. Luckily, it was a pretty low point hand, so it's not too bad. But yeah, it happens. Yeah, I would say playing defensively is not always the easiest thing to do. And like what just happened, sometimes it doesn't work out, but when they declared Ricci so early, I was just like, might as well try, I guess. I think I'm gonna go for another half flush right now. Which does mean I have to get rid of this one, which means I don't get the bonus point. But the half flush is generally worth more points than just this one tile. Yeah, so my winning tiles are the 4 or the 5, which there's both plenty of remaining on the board. A chi is completing a sequence. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a pung is completing a triplet. And you can pung from anyone on the board, but you can only chi from the person right before you. So if they played a card that I want, I can't chi from them, but I can pung from them. And same with this person. Yep, it's just another one of those rules to, I think, being able to only chi from the person above you is to make it so you can't just take tiles from everywhere, and that kind of disrupts the order of the flow of the game. While pungs you're allowed to pung from anyone because there's only 4 of one tile, so if you miss, if this person plays a pung, you only have one other chance to get it. If that person plays it, then it's like impossible to get it, basically. Yeah, so the white, red, and the green word tile that they didn't have are called, or that I have right here, are called dragon tiles. And then the black words, which are these ones that look similar to this, are called winds. And that's because at least in Chinese, these are like the south wind or the north wind or the east wind. I'm not sure how they do it in Japanese. And then I don't actually know why this white one, the red one, and the green one are called dragon tiles. But that is what they're called. And so I'm going for all triplets again, just because I have a decent number of pairs. And then I strategically pick which tiles I want to keep based on their ability to give me more points. So getting rid of this because there's already 1 here, 2, and I had a 3rd one, so there's no way I could have gotten a triplet from that. Same with this one, there's no way I could have gotten a triplet since there was already 2 on the board. I'm keeping this one because it's an extra point, so if I somehow get another 5 tile, then that's good for me. If not, it's not a huge loss. Yeah. Of course, I end up getting the 4th one. Oh well. I'm keeping the green one again because it's worth bonus points. Oh yeah. So a con is when I get 4 of a kind, so I'll con. And then that means I get to draw an extra tile. And then the 4th one of this 9 doesn't count as one of my 14 total win tiles. So they played their 6 and no one won, so I'm also going to play that 6. The con only gives extra points at certain times of a game. So the con will give an extra point if it's you con and the tile that you draw from the con is like a winning tile and lets you win. I think the con also gives you extra points if you have 4 of them, which is very hard, so it's like a higher point con. And I've never actually done that before. So not every con will give you extra points. They're probably getting extra points from theirs though, because they already have 2, which is a lot. Nice. So they got rid of a 5. That means I could get rid of this 5 and not worry about losing. I think I can probably. Man, I got another con. So a 4 quads draw means none of us were in tenpai and none of us won. So no one got any points off that round. And it's hard to tell when we're playing on a computer version, but there's a certain number of tiles, and we went through all of them, so like there were no more tiles left to draw, and that's why we ended the game in a draw. Doesn't usually happen, and if anyone else was in tenpai, which means they could have won with 1 more tile, then we would have had to give that person 1,000 points, but no one was in tenpai, so no one won, no one lost, and we kind of basically just replay that round like it didn't happen. Alright, so my winning tiles are the 2 or the 3, which isn't ideal because they're pairs, which means there's not a lot of options left over to win with. And what I was going for in this round was a Yaku from a wind of my seat. So my seat is north, so since I have a triplet of the north wind tiles over here, that counts as 1 Han, which is 1 Yaku, and yeah. Not a lot of points, but that is how it is sometimes. And I got -9 points. which isn't a lot. Better than -80. So, yeah. Alright, so looking at this hand, I'm probably definitely going for an all triplets hand, or at least like a 7 pairs hand, depending on if I draw more pairs or not. And it's always really nice when I get hands like this where it's easy to decide what I'm going for. Sometimes it's all over the place and there's too many options to go for. And once I make a decision, I want to try to stick with it. And sometimes it doesn't work out for me. No! I thought there was a chance, but oh well. Only 2,000 points. It's okay. I can still recover from this. Alright, I'm gonna go for what is called an all terminals hand, which means every single triplet and the pair that I have has either a 9 or a 1 in it. I think you can also do like a half terminal, which would include these special tiles. So I think I'll try to do a full terminal, but a half terminal hand is still one that I can win with. So let's go for that. It does make things difficult because it really limits what tiles you can use. And I'm going to be getting a lot of tiles like in the middle, but so far it's not too bad. and say that this hand is going surprisingly well for me. Usually it takes me a long time to get anywhere close to having these terminals. Now I'm just hoping I can either complete one of these or have them give me the tiles that I need. Since this isn't one I can easily do on my own. Ooh, I'm gonna skip. And I mostly skip that just because getting a pair of 1s or 9s can be difficult later on, like just drawing it naturally. So what I might do is just use this as a pair, and then I can, if I get a 7 or something, I can make that into a triplet.
Chi.
I picked the wrong one. I should have kept the 8. No. Oh well. It's fine. Ooh, okay. I am in Ricci. So, even though I picked the wrong one, I still was able to recover, and I need a 2, which there's still 3 left of, which is decent.
天杯です。
And we exhausted all the tiles, but I was tempai ready, so I still get money from everyone, or points, so I count it as my win. I would say this is a pretty good hand, pretty close to, I'm 1 away from Tenpai, so I will be in Tenpai if I either get a 6 or a 9 here, or a 4 or a 7 here, but I don't want to take their 9. I'm trying to draw my own so that I can do Ricci and get a Yaku from it. If I decided to cheat their 9, then I can't do Ricci. Ricci is only for if you haven't pwned or eaten, so every tile is your own tile. So like that, they haven't used anyone else's tiles to complete their sequences. And so they were allowed to declare Ricci. And yeah, again, when you declare Ricci, you're basically gambling 1,000 of your own points to declare Ricci. So basically, you're saying, I think I'm going to win. Oh no, I picked the wrong one. So you're gonna gamble $1,000 to say that you think you're going to win. think I'm going to transition to try to get a flush at this point. Mostly because I'm pretty close to a flush already. Again, I don't need to do it, but if I do end up drawing the tile I need, I'll just declare Ricci. But yeah, a flush is more points, so sometimes you just gotta go for it. And yep, they had a super low point hand, so not a big deal, but yeah. But because they won and took this first place person's money, I'm actually in first place now, so it all worked out. So what I'm going to go for here is just try to get a full flush. So it's where you have every single one of one type of the tile. So I have 1 through 9, except for 8. So all I need to do is get an 8, and that will give me a Yaku. And there it is. And yeah, now this is the winning tile that I'm going for, and so which is the Dora tile, which will also give me another point. So if someone discards this tile, if I draw it, I get to win. Yay! And yes, first place, and I didn't even do anything. But yeah, obviously, place values can change a lot based on like the point value of people's hands and who is the one who distributed the losing point. But yeah, first place. Woo. So they were in second, but because they lost a lot of money that round, they became last. And I'm first, and I got plus 42 points. Nice. I feel like that made up for all of the losses. Yes, I'm finally in the 500s. 300 more points to go. This hand is difficult to decide what to do because nothing really jumps out at me as, oh, I should do this or I should do that. And these are the types of hands that generally don't win just because they're not particularly good. I realize I have been. Wow. Apparently, I should have done triplets and kept all of those 4 tiles. It's okay. It's the first round. It's fine. Definitely should have kept that 9. It's okay. Alright. If I win this match, I will keep going. But if I lose, I think I'm going to stop and maybe play a different game. Mahjong is fun when you're winning, but once you get on a losing streak, oh my god, I can't believe this. 3 sevens? Are you kidding me? Yeah, when you get on a losing streak, it can be a little mentally draining. I'll be sad to see you go, but I hope to see you again when I stream. Unfortunately, I don't really have a streaming schedule. It's really just after I'm done with work and I have time to do it. But yeah. I appreciate you sticking around for so long and actually learning this game. It's exciting when I get to show people something new. Yes, definitely. I never stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays because I have Taekwondo on those days. So it's usually Mondays, Wednesdays, and the weekend. So yeah, hopefully you can catch me on one of those days. But basically I went for all simples here. So again, no tiles with 1s or 9s or any words. Alright, thank you for watching and thanks. I will win for you. Have a good day. Bye.
天杯です。 本です。チー。チー。天杯です。リーチニャ。ジーニャ。リーチです。 本です。ラン天下無双にゃ。
Alright, I think that'll be it for me for Mahjong. So, I'm getting a bit tired. I don't know, should I keep playing? I might keep playing. Don't technically have anything else to do. It's probably fine. Okay. Alright. Let's keep going. It's only 5 o'clock. Oh, it's snowing where I'm at. Nice.
本です。
Again, why does this happen to me? Why? Alright, looks like we're going for all simples. There it is, all simples. I didn't mean to do that. I'm really sad.
脳天だわ。本です。
This song is making me start to fall asleep. Oh. It's just so peaceful. Then repetitive and quiet. Okay. Yeah, and this is gonna be my last round. I don't think I can make it.
本です。 つもごめんなさいね。
Actually falling asleep right now. This isn't good. Okay, I'm gonna talk to myself to keep me awake. What do I do? What do I talk about? Let's see. Maybe I'll sing a song. Since I've been this tired before. Guess it's nap time.
Come.
Time to eat some M&M's for energy. Technically mini M&M's because I like the outer shell to chocolate ratio that they have.
脳天だわ。
Terminals are all
チー。ポンです。 ビーチにゃ。ポン。ロンニャ。天下無双にゃ。